was so great with someone new, right? What possible awkward thing can we do today so that somebody in your house would be like, what are they doing? So that's the theme of today's class. And it's only because of the breath that we're going to start with. But I've been working this week. I had a session with Veronica, and we were talking a lot about what underlies what we do in the world. What is that underlying root? What's the energy that's behind or under everything we offer? So even when we offer great intention into the world, or we offer great love into the world, or whatever it is we're offering, what is the baseline for that? And if it is something like fear, or something like wanting to be heard, or wanting to be seen, or anything other than pure love, then there's going to be like a friction. There's going to be a disconnect between what it is you're offering and what it is you're receiving. And I'll get more clear with that. But when I started looking more into the teachings of Sri Brahmananda, is one of my teachers. It's his birthday today. And so I thought that I would give a little teaching from his teachings. The way I met his teachings was I fell in love with one of his devotees, Manorama. I met her in a school of yoga, and I remember signing up for one of her classes, and I called the school and I said, I'm signing up for Manorama's class. And they're like, you mean Manorama? And I said, no, Manorama. That's who I'm signing up for. And I had just such a love affair with her as a teacher because she taught from what was the essence. Can you bring yourself back? And every time you wander away, can you come back and find yourself again? And that's really our teachings, is know who you are, know the essence of who you are. And then from that place, live your life. So this is from Sri Brahmananda. And he speaks about the inner sound, the inner nadam. And this is where we're going to do a little breath work that's going to be a little awkward, but important. It's called the anahata, which is the heart nadam sound. It is a manifestation of the supreme. When you have real nadam, real sound, meditate constantly on it. When all impurities of your mind are removed by meditating on sound within you, you will forget your physical, your subtle, and your causal body, and you will only identify with your eternal self. We practice this. We practice listening to the inner sound. So one of the simplest ways we do that is Om, right? But he goes on to say, the more that we meditate in that silence turns into chin nadam, like the hum of a honey-intoxicated bee, or the chin chin nadam, waterfalls, roaring of an ocean. These are sounds that we hear inside of ourselves. Or the ganta nadam, the sound of bells ringing, the shankta nadam, the sound of conch shells, the tantric vina nadam, the nasal sound, the tala nadam, the sound of a small tight drum, the vina nadam, the sound of a flute, the mridanga nadam, the sound of a big bass drum, the beri nadam, the echoing sound, and the mekha nadam, the sound of rolling thunder. So to move to that place where we can begin to see what's our underlying goodness, everything that we stream from and to, is to come back into that place of silence. So we're going to start with this bee buzzing breath, which again is quite awkward, and I'm hoping somebody is next door to you and it's like, what is she or he doing? Let me show you how you do it. You take your thumbs to your ears. You close off your eyes with your pointer. You close off, you don't really close your nose, but you put your ring finger at your nose and your middle finger at your nose, and you take your pinky down to your lips. So the idea is that you're allowing all of your senses to be closed off. And then when you begin to breathe, and easy first, closing off everything, you go ahead and you inhale. And as you exhale, you hum. Now, the more challenging part is to, on the inhale, hum. And then exhale, hum. So we're going to start that. And just continue it maybe for about a minute. Hopefully you'll hear me say when it's time to stop, but if you don't, you cannot overdose in this. So go ahead, close off your ears, close off your eyes, close off your lips, close off your nose, and begin that humming sound on the breath in and on the breath out. Really close off those ears. The next time you exhale, release your hands down. Just be in silence, the inner knot. I'm listening deeply inward. What is underlying everything that we do in this world? May we consistently return to love as that root of everything. Bring your hands together at your heart center. We'll inhale for the sound of Om, deep breath in. Release your hands down, open your eyes. Come onto your hands and knees, so face the front of your mat. Come onto your hands and knees. And we'll begin some cats and cows. So inhale to arch, look up, exhale to round. Inhale to arch, exhale to round. So that Brahmari breath, very beautiful. Try it on your own. Set a timer, do it for 5 minutes. And then sit in the vibration that comes after the Brahmari breath. There's so much more to our inner worlds, our universe that lies within us. These great teachers like Sri Brahmananda came into this world to explore with us what it would be like to live as if the universe, God, was you. Then let your seat come all the way back to your heels, child's pose. Let your arms stretch out, forehead to the mat. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the nose. So we'll do a little bit of binding today, just as a metaphor for what do you bind yourself to, the drama in the world or the love that you are. If you have a strap, make sure it's close by or something that might be like a strap. Then walk your upper body over to the right side. Just move your upper body to the right and stretch that left arm as long as it'll go. Keep breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then walk your upper body to the left. And stretch that right arm as far as it will go. And keep feeling that nice rounding in your back, the breath at the back body, the breath at your kidneys. And then come back up to your hands and knees. Make sure your knees are right underneath your hips. Stretch your right leg back behind you. Take your left arm out in front of you. Lift your right toes off the floor. Point your toes to the floor. Keep the navel drawn in. Feel that combination of drawing in and extending out. So both are happening. So there's such power in feeling expansion and contraction. And then reach back for that ankle if you can. Left hand reaches back for right ankle if you can. Good. If your knee doesn't like it, you can always grab a blanket in the back. Good. One more breath here. Push your foot into your hand. And then as you release it, go slow. Release the arm forward. Release the leg back. Beautiful. Lower the knee down. Lower the hand down. Great. Second side, please. Extend your left leg back, your right arm forward. Point your toe to the floor. Keep your navel drawn in. So always making sure you're not dropping the rib cage. Lift through the navel. Nice, Roz. And then take that arm back if you can, reaching for that ankle or not. That feeling of beginning to bind, having something to press into. Press your toes into your hand. Soften your jaw. Relax your jaw. And then press that leg back. Press that arm forward. Nice. Release the hand. Release the foot. Lift your hips up to the sky. Downward facing dog. Hips high. Great. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Maybe pedal your feet here, bending one knee and then the other, like you're walking in place. And then steady your heels, steady your breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. Good, go ahead and walk your feet up to your hands, nice slow walk. And standing forward bend, once you arrive at the front of your mat, standing forward bend. This is where you might want to bring the blocks. Make sure your feet are pointing straight ahead. And then bend your knees slightly so you can have that sense of not locking the knees back. Great. And then bring the blocks right up by you. Turn them up on its highest. Great. You got it. Always nice to touch. Go ahead. Forward. Stay forward. Yep. Great. And then take your left hand to your outer right ankle. Left hand to outer right ankle. And take your right arm to the sky. You're twisting. Yep. Yep. Good. Keep your knees slightly bent. And then take it to the other side. Reaching it. Take it on the outside of the shin. Your right hand. Yes. Yes. And then see if you can actually take that arm straight up. Beautiful. Tops of your thighs move back. Sit bones move wide. Beautiful. And release. Good. Roll up slow, one vertebrae at a time. Come on up to stand. And then go ahead and grab that strap or something to use. If you have a little scarf or something. And then put the strap around your right foot and bring your leg out in front of you. Good, Ronnie. Stretch it straight up, that leg. Yep. I know. And think to yourself about drawing your shoulders back, because many of you can actually reach for that foot without a strap. But think of taking your shoulders back, kissing the shoulder blades onto your back. Navel in. Now feel yourself draw from that right foot all the way into your right hip, and then push out through that heel. Navel draws in, get a little bit taller, make sure you're breathing, and lower that back down. Nice, everyone. We'll try the second side. Most important, what? Breathing. Most important, breathing. Take that leg up slowly. Take that feeling of moving the sit bone back and wide so you're not over scooping your tailbone. Lift your chest, maybe even lift your eyes. Steady. Steady mind, even if you're falling. And release back down. Really nice. Now I want you to strap the right foot again, so go back to the right foot. Lift the right leg up, but this time put the strap in your left hand. You can always use a wall if you need. And then see if you can stretch your right arm behind you. Some of you might even be tricky enough to look back to that right hand. Breathing. Good. Come on back. What underlies even this moment? Loving yourself, not achieving something. Not I have to do it or else. Left leg comes up. Put the strap in your right hand. Lift your chest a lot. And then try to move that left arm back behind you. What is the root of every action you take? If it's fear-based, something else will get in the way. Lower that back down. Nice job. Put the strap to the side. Both feet next to each other, feet about 2 fists width apart. Bend your knees deeply and lift your arms up to the sky chair. Good. Yep. Now place your hands on your thighs and cat-cow here. Inhale to look forward, exhale to round. Beautiful. You press your thighs deeply down. Push, yeah. Good. Nice, Kira. Great, Jan. Good. All right. And then come on up, straighten your legs. Bring your left knee into your chest. Lift your left knee up. Place your left ankle on top of your right knee. I know. So all the way crossing. And then sit back to chair. And again, you can always use a wall if you need it. Great. That's beautiful. Take your hands behind your back. Remember, we're talking about binding. Clasp your hands behind your back. Soften your eyes, soften your jaw, and lean forward any amount. You're like, Sheryl, it's 5 minutes into class, and we're just doing these crazy balancing, bending things. Yes. Nice, Susie. Nice, Debbie. Inhale, come on up. And release the foot down. Good. The only challenge you might have is you just stop breathing. So regain breathing. Right knee comes up. Ankle to knee. Flex the foot. Sit back as if you're in a chair. Keep the navel drawn in. Clasp your hands behind your back. Yes, Nancy. Beautiful. Lean forward. Nice, Kathy. You got it, Lisa. Come on up. Good. And release that foot back down. Good. All right. Clasp your hands behind your back or do a prayer position up your back. So if you can prayer position up or down or hold opposite elbows, opposite wrists. Make sure the head of those arm bones go back, right? They're not coming forward. Step your left foot back, not too far. Both legs are going to be straight. Left foot back. And put the foot on the floor. All the way, the heel too. Good. Take a breath in and now bow forward over that right leg. Keep your shoulders back. Do not bend either of the knees and do not lock either of the knees. Nice, Danielle. Nice, Allison. Inhale, Lisa, come on up. Step to the front of your mat. Take your right leg back behind you. Choose your arm position behind you, holding opposite elbows or wrists. Lift from your chest first. Take those shoulders way back. Inhale deeply. Exhale, fold forward. Nice, Jane. Beautiful. Nice, Dana. Inhale, come on up. Step to the front of the mat. Inhale your arms to the sky. Take a hold of your left wrist, pull up, and then over to the right. Nice. Nice. Come all the way back up, and we'll switch sides. Feel your side body lengthening. Gorgeous. Come back to center, bend your knees, sit back into chair. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Again, soften your mind, please. And then prayer twist to the right, left elbow on the outside of your right knee. Hook it if you can. Go all the way down. Yes. Now tack your left hip back. Move your left hip back. That looks really beautiful. Excellent job. And then soften every part of you, your mind, your senses. Good, come back up, straight up, reach up to the sky, straighten the legs, interlace your palms, press up. As you release, sit back to chair, bring your hands to your heart center, and prayer twist to the other side, to the left. Tack that right hip crease back. So you're binding yourself, but you're setting yourself free. Your mind, your soul. And come all the way back up, reach to the sky, interlace your palms, reach up. And then go ahead and clasp your hands together, point your finger to the sky. And then inhale your left leg back up. So keep your arms stretched up, inhale your left leg back up. Squeeze your arms alongside your ears, so powerful. And then draw that left leg back behind you for Virabhadrasana 3. Keep the leg lifted as you lean forward. Laser-like here, laser-like. Take your time, find your breath. Inhale, come on up. And release. Pause for just a minute, maybe close your eyes. Each and every cell of the body connecting to what underlies everything that you do. Inhale your arms to the sky, interlace your hands, point your finger to the sky. Lift your right knee up, scoop your low belly in, navel in. Begin to send that leg back behind you for Virabhadrasana 3, keeping the leg off the floor. Keep your jaw relaxed. Pull your spine long. Come all the way back up. Both feet on the floor, hands at your heart center, close your eyes. This is from Matt Kahn. Everything is here to help you, to lighten up your energy fields, to be a channel for all the love that you are. He says, repeat after me. I acknowledge that no thought belongs to me because I am the love within it. No feeling or reaction belongs to me because I am the love within it. No memory belongs to me because I am the love within it. No conditioning or programming belongs to me because I am the love within it. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Send your left leg back behind you. Hands to the floor. And drop your left knee down to the floor. Inhale your arms to the sky, low lunge. Beautiful. And bend your elbows, cactus arms, so that nice openness in your chest, lean back. Breathe in and breathe out. And then allow your hands to come down to the front foot, frame your front foot, maybe hands on blocks if you need. And then straighten your right leg, Ardha Hanumanasana, straighten your right leg. So you still want your hip on top of your knee, so move forward just a little bit. Yeah, and your right foot is lifted, dig your heel down, pull it back, and now clasp your hands behind your back. Clasp your hands behind your back and lean forward over that right leg. Send your heart first, so let your spine get super long. Nice, Patrice. And then release your hands down. Good. Downward facing dog. Step back. If you would like to take a vinyasa here, roll forward to plank pose, that upper push-up. Lower all the way down to your belly. Rise up into cobra. Lift your head, neck, and chest. Beautiful. Press back, downward facing dog. Hips high to the sky. Nice, Kim. Left foot steps forward. Nice, Lisa. Lower your right knee down to the mat. Inhale your arms to the sky. So keep that front knee bent at first. Yep. And then bend your elbows, open up the chest. Nice, Sydney. Nice, Melanie. Move that knee forward, forward, forward. Nice, Roz. Big breath in. And then lower your hands down. Straighten that front leg. Dig that heel down, draw it back, stretching the hamstrings. And then clasp your hands behind you, bind yourself. Lean forward. Let those shoulders lift though. I'd rather you fall than have your shoulders come forward. Lift them up, 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 up. Nice, Kim. Yeah, Lisa. Great, great, great. And come on up. Beautiful. Nice job. Downward facing dog. Rock star. Okay, now we're going to play with a little binding with the strap. So step your right foot forward. Come on up to warrior two. So come on up and have your body facing the long side of your mat. So face this side of your mat. Yep. Go wider with your legs. Great. Front knee points right at that second toe. Arms come out, letter T. You got it. So this is where it gets a little tricky. Make sure your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. You're going to take your right arm inside your right knee, keeping the right knee bent. Your left arm is going to come behind your back. And this is where the strap is going to probably be helpful, because you're going to strap your back hand so you can have your back hand and your front hand touch each other. Yeah. So keep the strap where, yeah, you're actually doing it. Yep. Yep. Now lean down and then try to walk your front hand up the strap a little bit more. And come on out. Where'd she go? Downward facing dog. Sorry. Left foot steps forward. Virabhadrasana 2. But it is fun when you get into the bind, and even if you're using a strap, it takes you a moment to actually feel where can you go in that bind. So your left arm comes inside your left knee. Your right hand comes behind your back. And then you reach, that's it, you got it. You reach for that straps. So the idea is your hands are eventually going to come to touch. So until that happens, the strap is there to help open up your shoulders. Shoulders back, head of your shoulders back, back, back. Yes, 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 yes. Inhale, exhale, release, downward facing dog. Drop down to your knees and press back to child's pose. No lineage or pattern belongs to me because I am the love within it. No illness, disease, or imbalance belongs to me because I am the love within it. No tragedy, loss, or limitation belongs to me because I am the love within it. No form of darkness, cruelty, or negativity belongs to me because I am the love within it. When I was talking with Veronica, you know, it was one of those thoughts that you think to yourself, oh, I've gotten past that, right? I don't have that fear of blah, blah, blah. But we were talking about how sometimes that fear of whatever it is so comfortable for us that we forget we even have it. We forget we even have it. So we still act from that place. A fear of I'm not enough, a fear I don't have enough. So when we do some of those deep breathing practice, like the Brahmari breath, we get to that inner sound. We awaken inner sound in us, and we live from that place. And we do it all the time. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Come on up to your hands and knees, please. Stretch your right arm out to the right, then thread it underneath your left. Bring your right ear down to the mat. And enjoy your breath here. This Ayurvedic at-home chef training that I'm doing, I was looking through my notes yesterday, and it's so beautiful how Ayurveda really recognizes not just the taste that goes into the mouth, but what are the special qualities, ingredients that come into your body from those foods? What's their prabhav, which is their special effects on you. So it's not just the taste when it goes on your tongue, but what happens post-digestively, what happens with the special effect of the food once it enters into your body. That's what we're talking about. What's at the root? Come on up and change sides. Beautiful. I remember a story that Manorama was telling about Sri Ramananda and how he had taken a group of his devotees to somewhere in England or something, and they went to an underground subway kind of system. And of course, there's always the person in the group that knows where they're going and knows what exit they have to get off at and whatever. Come on up, downward facing dog. And so the person who was kind of in charge of that said to him, oh, this next exit is ours. And they all kind of start to stand up. Go ahead and step your right foot forward. Lower your back knee to the mat. Inhale your arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Now, some of you might actually want a blanket underneath your left knee because we're going to take the strap and we're going to lift your back heel up. So if you need it, or you can even fold your mat so it's just extra cushion. But then you're going to wrap the strap around your left foot and bring it off the floor. And if it gets confusing, you can take a look at what Veronica's doing. And then your arms are going to come overhead. So strap your back foot. Just right around the ankle is nice. Yeah, and then lift that foot off the floor and bring your arms overhead. Good, that foot has to come off the floor. Lift it up. Yep, 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 yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good, now you gotta get those shoulders to work, my friends. Get those shoulders to work. So draw those shoulders back. Nice, Ronnie. Nice, Jan. Excellent, Jackie. Lift, Kira. Beautiful. Lisa, nice. Nice, Jane. And gently release. Gorgeous. All right. Walk switch or jump switch to the other side. Second side. I love this one because you're not only getting your thigh stretch, but you're getting your shoulders to come onto your back perfectly. Good. If you lean forward, get that foot to lift up. Nice, Meredith. Nice, Crystal. Lisa, beautiful. Yep, yep. Keep breathing. And release. Good. Downward facing dog. So when it came time for them to get off of the exit, Sri Brahmananda said, no, no, sit back down. She says, no, no, this is the exit. We have, if we don't get off at this exit, it's going to take another, oh gosh, hour or so to get back here again. I said, sit down. So of course, they listen, they sit down. Right foot steps forward. Inhale your arms to the sky, high lunge. And of course, it took them a whole hour to get back to where they were supposed to go. And he said, we have a choice. Keep doing this over and over and over again. Stay in this loop. Lift your back knee on this one. Now prayer twist to the right. So keep your back heel lifted. And now hook your left elbow outside your right knee. Prayer twist to the right. Nice, Jan. Really pull your head forward. Nice, Crystal. Nancy, excellent melody. We can just stay on this loop. Keep rolling around, or hands down to the floor. Jump switch or step switch to the other side. Or we can find out who we are now. Reach your arms to the sky and live from that place. And prayer twist. You got it. Excellent. Breathing. Press those sit bones back and wide. Get your spine nice and long. Touchdown. Downward dog. Beautiful, everyone. Vinyasa of choice or none. So if you want to roll forward to plank, lower down. Or if you want to sit down onto your knees and rest. Nice, Allison. Nice, Valerie. All right, right foot steps forward. Okay, so this is going to be interesting here. Keep your back knee lifted. Not that it hasn't been interesting so far. Bend your right knee. Keep your front knee bent. And then wrap your right arm underneath your right knee. Take your right arm underneath your right knee. Your right arm inside. So both arms inside, yep. And then try to stretch your right arm out to the right like airplane wings, but your right arm is underneath your right knee. And then try to take your left arm out. Try to keep your back heel lifted too. Yeah. This is crazy time, right? Okay. Now put your hands back down. Now here's my question for you. Can you do that again, but can you bind this time? So you're going to take your arms behind your back. Keep your right arm underneath your right knee. Take your left arm behind your back and then bind, drop your head to the floor. Now I would suggest highly to use a strap to do this if you need it. Take your time to get into it. That's it. Look at mother-daughter team. Yeah, nice, Heidi. Good. This time just drop your head down to the floor. Yes. Good. And come on up. Good. Switch sides. I know some of you are like, in a minute, I'm going to turn off my camera. All right, try the second side. Left foot forward. Take your left arm underneath your left knee and right arm out to the side. So it's like airplane wings underneath your left arm. And again, you can always look at Veronica if I'm making zero sense today. And then if you can, reach your arms up to your back and see if you can clasp hands. And if you can, drop your head. Try to keep your back heel lifted. Power of your legs here, super strong. Nice, Robin. Elena, nice. And release. Beautiful, Carla. Downward facing dog. Good. Take your knees down to the floor and take child's pose. If you'd like to, you can clasp your hands behind your back and roll up to the crown of your head, or just stay right where you are. And then if you rolled up to the crown of your head, roll back down and rest in child's pose. What are you binding yourself to? Good. Come forward and lay on your belly, please. Yeah. Turn your cheek to the side and rest again for a moment. Just receive that safe space, Mother Earth holding you so dearly. And then come on up to Sphinx pose. Come on up to your elbows underneath your shoulders. Take your left forearm, cross it in front of the mat, and then reach back for your right ankle, right hand, right ankle. Beautiful. Keep your navel drawn in, press your knee down to the floor, and then start to guide that heel toward your outer hip. And breathe. Very gently release. Take your right forearm in front of you. Reach your left hand back for your left ankle. Draw the knee to the floor. Lift your chest, pull your chest through. And release. Grab both ankles, please. Hold both ankles. Keep your navel drawn in. Lift your head, neck, and chest and pull your ankles away from your hands. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Spread your toes. And release back down. Turn your cheek to the side and rest. Good. Flip over onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. And then take happy baby pose. Reach for your insteps. Yep. Widen your shins. Beautiful. I should say widen your knees, but even hug your shins just a little bit. And then wrap your right knee on top of your left knee. Good. Put your hands down on the floor. Now squeeze your shins toward each other. Squeeze. Now, as you're squeezing your shins, feel your sit bones go wide. And then draw your knees slightly towards your navel and then slightly away from your navel. Just little movements here. Towards your navel and away from your navel, but squeezing those shins. Then bring them back to stillness close towards your navel and then squeeze your shins away from each other. Pull them away. Good. And then change, other knee on top. Squeeze your shins. And draw your knees toward you and away from you, towards you and away from you. Just little, little, little. Good, and then come to stillness and squeeze the shins away from each other. Pull them away without using your hands. Beautiful, and then hug your knees into your chest. Roll all the way up to your hands and knees. And we'll do traditional Gomukhasana. Take your right knee in front of your left knee. So stack your right knee in front of your left knee. And then sit back between your heels. So I might put a block underneath your seat. So lift up and put one of the blocks under your seat. Yeah, so between your feet. The other side. Yes, between your feet. Correct. Your glasses are there. Be careful. Uh-huh. Sit back between your heels. Just lift up and put the block right under your seat. Yeah, it's awkward, but it's okay. Good. And then take your hands behind your head. If it hurts your knees at all, then let me know. Good. Draw your elbows back. Lift your chest a lot. Good. And then begin to come forward any amount and eventually letting your hands float down to the floor in front of you. Keeping your seat anchored to the floor or the block. Just make sure your knee is okay here. Hopefully you're feeling it more in your hip. I've been talking a lot to you about ancestral healing, moving into places that don't even belong to you, that you came into this world with, and they were gifted to you at birth. And how to work through healing that. So it lies at the foot of what you experience in your life. Some of it might not even be yours, but you brought it into the world, so it's yours to heal. Inhale, come on up, switch sides. And then take your hands behind your head again and just open that chest. Super vulnerable, super open. And then begin to walk your hands forward any amount or stay right where you are. I know my teacher, Robin Rose Bennett, and I eventually will do some kind of a workshop on ancestral healing, but the crappy part is I have to do the shitty work myself first. The good work. Did I say shitty? I meant good. I'm going to do the work myself first. What lies at the base? Do this Brahmari breath. Do this bee buzzing breath. It is said that the inhale is like the female bee and the exhale is like the masculine bee. To get to the nectar of who you are. Good. Beautiful, everyone. Come on up. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Take your legs nice and wide, Upavista Konasana. And then take your right arm inside your right leg. Take your left arm over your ear side stretch. You can take your legs even wider. Make sure your feet stay flexed. Straighten that top arm. And lean and lean and lean and open and open and open. Beautiful. With breath, come on up and try the second side. Beautiful. Inhale one more breath here before you come up, because I shortened you on this side a little bit. And come all the way back up. Beautiful, everybody. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees go wide. Good. So I'm going to give you a couple of options here. You can lean forward here, just a very simple Baddha Konasana, or you can move your feet slightly forward and start to work your right arm underneath your right knee, your left arm underneath your left knee, and try to wrap your hands behind. It's pretty intense, but since we're binding, that's it. Nice, Mel. Yep. Patrice, great. Yep. Yeah, just do a little bit of it, just so that you can kind of, again, my series on somebody walking in and saying, what the hell are you doing? That's what I'm doing series on. What are you doing? Good. Inhale, come on up. I'm going to give you an opportunity to go upside down. So if you would like to do shoulder stand, legs up the wall, headstand, handstand. Have you ever inverted at all? Get your hip all the way up to the wall. Yeah, even turn to the right so your hip is on the wall, and then, yep, then slide into it. You got it. Get as close to the wall as you can get. Great. Shoulder stand, or lying on your back with your legs lifted. Many options. Heidi's doing our squat challenge. We have a squat challenge every day. Squat for at least 3 minutes. And since I am the love within all things, I allow all things that are not of love, which can only be judgments imagined about love, to be cleared out of my energy field and return to the source of their origin, transmuted completely, return to the purity, wholeness, and perfection of eternal light, and reborn in awakened, heart-centered consciousness as the love that I am. And so it is. Take another minute or two here, wherever you've chosen. Great choices, by the way. And then find yourself coming out of whatever inversion you chose. Come out slow. And find yourself coming to a comfortable cross-legged seat. We're going to try that Brahmari breath just one more time. Now, I have heard before in the past, people have said that it's a breath that challenges them because they feel very suffocated by it. Emotions come up around it, you know. So if that happens to be one of you here today, you don't really like it, I'm just going to give you an opportunity to invite it in one more time, just for a couple of moments, because there's great power in this breath. So close off your ears, your eyes, your nose, your mouth. Make sure specifically your ears are clogged so that you can hear that sound of the bee buzzing. And do when you're ready. On your next exhale, release your hands down and just sit for a moment in silence, listening to the inner sound. And then you can lie down on your back, hug your right knee into your chest, and take your right knee to the left for spinal twist. Come back to center. Release that leg. Draw your left knee into your chest and slide it over to the right. Come back to center. These 10 states of nadam, inner sound, and every state consists of innumerable varieties of sounds. By meditating on them, one destroys the ignorance of one's mind. One destroys the ignorance of who they truly are. One of the promises, definitions of yoga is there's so much more. We investigate that so much more by going inward, listening to all of the symphony within us. So rest here, make sure you're warm. Ever so gently begin to deepen your breath. Let your body stretch and yawn in any way that serves you well. If you're lying down, hug your knees into your chest, roll to the right side and come on up to sit. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Close class with sound of Om. Deep breath in. Sliding your hands to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste, everybody. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You're welcome. So check out what's online. We got a lot of things coming up. Some kirtans coming up with Angela. We have Veronica and Sarah unlocking the pelvis. So many good things coming up. I will see you soon. I love you.
Thank you. Love you too.
Bye, Maria.
Welcome, Maria.